Hello everyone, I am the Golden Scouta, and welcome to my Dragon Ball Super Episode 111 review. For my review, I will talk about the following categories. Enjoy the video. So what I liked about this episode, it opened off with Frieza doing a line-for-line reenactment of when Goku gave him Ki on Namek. I couldn't help but be amused by this. I'm really loving Frieza in this arc. I'm also a really big fan of Hit in this episode. He put up a really good fight against Jiren, and I like the technique he used to freeze Jiren. Very reminiscent of Guldo's telekinesis ability. I don't really have a problem with Jiren being able to power through it, mainly because it is shown in the past that enough raw power can top crazy techniques. Plus, Kaioken times 10 Goku was able to transcend Hit's time skip, and while I have a problem with that in general, I was already expecting Jiren to be able to do that. So what I did not like about the episode, Jiren. I really don't like him at all. I could understand that Jiren taking out Hit is using the old Dragon Ball trope of having the new Ultimate guy take out the old Ultimate guy. We've seen it many times. Roshi with Yamcha, Ten Shinhan with Roshi, Piccolo Daimao with Ten Shinhan, Raditz with Piccolo, etc. And now Jiren is the new Ultimate guy. Here is my problem with it. Jiren is so goddamn boring, and Hit is a way more interesting character in comparison. What makes this trope work all the other times besides this time is how the new Ultimate guy always has something to draw interest to them character-wise. I already thought Hit was kind of a weak new Ultimate guy when he was introduced, but he is endearing. Jiren isn't endearing in the slightest to me. So for the story and pacing, this was the Hit vs. Jiren episode, and honestly I kind of expected it to be a lot more epic. The pacing was decent, but oh my god, this tournament is only halfway over. I expect lots of memes of this topping the 5 minutes on Namek. So for the visuals and audio, this episode didn't look that great. 110 looking so great, and then 111 being scaled down so much, made it that much more jarring. However, I am really liking the new soundtracks. So for the character utilization, Jiren, while I can admit that it is cool watching him be an OP beast, I would like to see some character development for him, or some kind of backstory or insight to why he is so OP. With Hit, he has never been more interesting than what he was in this episode, especially when he's being compared to Jiren. I am disappointed about his elimination, as he is a very likable character, and probably my favorite character outside of Universe 7. I do have to say, why build up all this exposition about Hit being a team player, needing his team and all that, and then have him send his team to fight other opponents when he has Jiren right there semi-frozen? It would have been a perfect opportunity for Kaba, Caulifla, and Kale to blast him. Champa also had a really good moment in this episode, where he was telling Hit that he did a good job and not hounding him for losing. I think that made Champa a little bit more likable as a character. So, for my overall rating for this episode, I will give it a 2.5 out of 5. I know some of you who saw me on Twitter talking about this episode expected me to rate this episode lower, and through sleeping on the episode and rewatching it, I came to the conclusion that this episode wasn't as bad as I originally thought it was during my first viewing. It was an alright episode. I think the original frustration came from my opinion that Hit is a far more interesting character than Jiren and deserves to stay in the tournament longer. Either way, whether you enjoyed this episode or despised it, I can understand both sides. Next week though, it looks like Vegeta and Kaba will be finally getting their own episode, and honestly, I'm looking forward to it. The Vegeta vs. Kaba episode was my favorite episode of the Universe 6 tournament, and I can't wait to see their interactions. But those have been my thoughts on Dragon Ball Super Episode 111 and the next episode preview for 112. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section, and with that, thank you for watching and have a great day everyone.